You know I hit that button.
No, Jimmy. Yeah, no, I can't.
That was a camera. Fucking thing.
What's up, my Timmy?
And what up?
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
It's chilling, all set up over there. Got nice little couch section going on.
Exactly, just hanging out.
Just chilling. So, welcome everyone to the Bleedbigblue podcast. My name is Marco. I have Tim on with me, of course. Maybe there are other people who are showing up. We never know, based on bed times.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
No, do not hold your breath. It will be costly to you. So what is up, my friend? What do you want to talk about? Anything off the top of your head that you're
has anything happened? Well, let's just get it out of the way. We already know what people are going to be bitching about.
Oh, sure.
McKinney getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I don't really, it sucks, but whatever. I think the one spot I think we're okay at is safety.
Right.
I think we have backups. I like Belton. I like the rookie a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Tony Jefferson's going to be back next week as well. Plus, we have Landon Collins so there's stuff they can do. So we can definitely get back. And he broke his hand. The only thing, did he break his hand that bad to where he can't play with it, like with a cast?
I think he had surgery on a few fingers. But yeah, I'm thinking that's why he was originally saying 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, because he's not an offensive player. He doesn't. It's not like he's getting interceptions anyway.
See, I'm gonna take the stance that it kind of doesn't bother me. Like it was an accident. I don't think he didn't go out there on purpose to like fuck up his hand.
Yeah, I mean, this is not. It was now. What we're all thinking about is probably two different things: JPP situation,
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which that was just stupidity. Him playing with fireworks.
Correct.
Are Is it on a Plexico level?
No.
Is it shooting yourself?
No.
And the other, and obviously we're thinking about the boat trip as well because he was on vacation.
Right. So
right before the playoff game.
So he didn't blow up his hand on the 4th of July. He got into an accident on his vacation week.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot himself in the leg in the strip club.
And ruin our whole season.
When the Giants are what were they, 11-1 at the time? 11-2 or 3 or something?
Yeah, we were dominating that season. But whatever.
Honestly, I think that was the most dominant New York Giant team I've ever seen.
That was the one year I think I've ever watched games. I'm like, oh, we got this win. It's not even a question.
Yeah. And then what else? And it wasn't boat trip right before the
boat trip right before a playoff game.
It was bye week. Everyone has vacation.
Exactly. You know what? Do your vacation. It's a hand, so it sucks. But I think if he really had to play, if this was like going into a playoff game, I think he cast it up and actually play. Maybe that's me being wishful thinking, but again, if any position could do that, it's safety. I think we can get away with it.
Right. And also, excuse me, on top of all that, we got Houston coming up. It's looking a little favorable for the scheduling, and he'll probably come back, right in the meat when we need him. So
there you go.
But
the Houston game does scare me because people have us as favorites.
Yes,
as we should be. But you know how we played out in the competition. That's
Cooks is going to go off. I don't actually even know if he's playing.
Yeah, who knows? I don't even know if he's playing either, and he's on my fantasy team, so he's a piece of shit anyway. My biggest thing is, and I don't know if it's just feeling. Maybe you're getting the feeling too. I feel like it's Galladay's game to go off.
Damn, I hate when we are in lockstep. It makes for a shitty show.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm going to tell you, this is the week I think that Kenny Galladay gets a little juice, a little pep in his step, and maybe does a little something. It's what I've been hoping for 2 years.
Well, you know what? And hopefully we actually got motivated because we're actually winning, which this seems like is as far as interviews. And I think he's finally healthy, and he knows we need him. And he obviously, I don't care if Kenny Galladay lost a step or anything like that. Anyway, he's better than what we have.
Yeah,
I mean, just talent-wise, period. I mean, other than Wan'Dale Robinson, we have no threats on the outside that anybody's worried about. But in theory, if Kenny Galladay can play the way we thought he could play when he came over here, the receiving core is actually not that bad. If you have Kenny Galladay, who's like a possession number one receiver, you have Slayton who can go over the top, and you have Robinson in the slot. That's a pretty good receiving threat. Now, the way things go, that whole receiving core will probably be hurt by halftime. But
yeah, and who are we going to put in then?
Then it's going to be a whole Richie James, Sills, and I give Richie James. He didn't get cut.
No, he did not.
He did not get cut.
But they also didn't give him a glowing sense of approval.
Well, he's losing his punt return duties. It sounds like, and we're gonna see if Isaiah Hodgins can step it up.
Or supposedly Pimpleton is supposed to be taking him too.
Hey, whoever wants to step it up. This is the chance for some young guys to make a mark. So let's see what happens. Now, I've seen some stuff on here. Let's see what your thoughts are.
Go ahead.
As far as Saquon, some people are saying, hey, if we're getting him for like $12.5 million a year, lock him up now.
Mm-hmm.
But people are scared that we're going to probably overpay him and pay him like Christian McCaffrey got paid,
Mm-hmm.
like $16 million a year. Would you go out? Would you get pissed off either way? Christian McCaffrey.
Sorry about that. I was just double checking the audio was good. I don't think so. I'm afraid to go that deep. Granted, I'm not giving him the money, but it's not my money, and I'm not paying it. But the injury history and running backs don't last that long. But he's playing phenomenal. I don't think you could explode your cap on him. Make him happy. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, give him a 3-year extension. I think he's definitely going to be good for another 3 years, as long and knock on wood, as long as he stays healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But you've only stayed healthy 2 out of 5 years so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and he is our whole offense right now.
Yeah, what was it? It was something like 37% of the offense is him, correct?
Yeah, and just think about this: if we actually get some receivers that can do a threat, not only will it open it up for him, but how good could this offense be? If we're actually scoring points right now when we have everybody knows who our only threat is, and they're putting 8 men in the box. We should, in theory, like Kenny Galladay, Robinson, Slayton, should be able to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. Should.
Yeah, it should.
We haven't seen it though. Well, they also have to feel at the same time, but.
And what's the deal with Bellinger? Because I saw an interview with him today.
Mm-hmm.
He said he still got a little double vision or something like that. But it sounds like, if his eye is healed, he should be back in I would imagine like a week or two.
Yeah, supposedly the double vision is normal at this stage, and he's waiting for the plate to heal. And he's going to wear a visor, but it seems like he's coming back this year, but I don't know. I don't know exactly when.
That's an issue, but that is what it is. We have a lot of rookies that have gotten hurt this year,
but who also have contributed.
Oh, absolutely. Belton's been phenomenal. Bellinger was a phenomenal until he got hurt. He was a perfect giant tight end. Not doing nothing serious, but he was still a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest thing, he was blocking.
Yeah, he was opening it up, definitely, especially when they're stacking the box.
Exactly. You need the other blocker. Now, I'm waiting for Robinson to have his breakout game because I think the talent's there. Mm-hmm. He's got a couple games under his belt now, so let's see what you can do.
His role's a little more solidified. You don't have another wide receiver who's drafted a year before you, basically in the same spot. Did you watch the Kansas City game?
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. So we are definitely in step right now. Now, when you were watching it and Tony caught the passes, did you want him to tear it up, or did you want him to go down?
I wanted him to go down.
I am too. I'm very spiteful. I'm watching. I'm like, dude, I hope you. Oh, all of a sudden your hamstrings hurt. Mm-hmm. I am pissed that he didn't get hurt. He went through a whole practice week, a whole game, and he's not hurt this week.
Yeah, I didn't even look at their listing or anything like that.
Yeah,
but he only got in the first quarter, and then you didn't see him the rest of the game.
Yeah, they said he was very minimal play package for him.
Yeah,
but you saw the first play of the game, they tried to get him the ball, so they wanted to test out what he could do.
Maybe he was fatigued. He's never actually played that much in a game.
Oh, he probably is tired. He's got to be exhausted.
There's 2 snaps back to back, I think.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
And breather.
Take me out.
I'm so mad at that.
If he starts tearing it up with Kansas City, I'm gonna be so mad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad we got some compensation. Granted, I don't think it's enough compensation, but it is what you're going to get what you get when a receiver's never playing.
You know what I was going to ask you about the comps anyway? Do we get a comp for Patrick Graham going? Is that only for an NFL head coaching spot, or because it's
what
lateral?
About as far as if they go for a head coach?
If you hire a coach of color, is it a lateral move that the opposing team that gave him up gets a comp pick, or do they have to get like a head coaching position?
I want to say it's head coaching.
That's what I think too. But I
want to say, but I hope so. Hey, give us compensation. That would be pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to look that up because you might be right because if it's like a major assistant, but maybe if it's this, but Patrick Graham was actually assistant head coach with us.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he had the
so technically
downgrade.
Yeah, he was downgraded a little bit, but still. But did we fire him?
No. He left willingly. Remember, they wanted to keep him.
Well, you know what? Thank you, Patrick Graham, for leaving. Because I couldn't stand your defense. And Wing plays a way better defense for what we have.
Yeah, you're feeling it much more now, right?
Well, the nice part is, like, for example, with McKinney going out, you could put Belton where McKinney's spot or Love. Love can go either spot. That's a nice thing with Love because he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do whatever.
Mm.
So Love could play the free safety and put Belton at the strong safety. And now we have Landon Collins. Landon Collins will play that linebacker safety spot that Belton's been playing. And let's do it. And I think Collins is finally playing the spot he should have been playing the whole time. And now that he's had a couple games, he's starting to get his rhythm. Let's wait for, and now we had the bye week. Let's see some of these guys break out. Let's see who wants to actually, win this year.
Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I think, like you were hinting at earlier, push comes to shove, he's probably would be able to play. Come on, JPP played with 3 fingers and they were wrapped up.
Exactly. If JPP played, you have nothing to say.
Man,
wrap it up. Put some ice on it.
So yeah, I think he'll be all right. And they don't seem. Everyone was going crazy. Like, oh my God, they're gonna dock his pay, and how can you do this? I was like, relax.
They're like, dock his pay. That's what you want to do to a player that you want on your team.
Right.
He's been a star. He's been a leader in the locker room. Let's piss him off and be like, you know what? We're docking your pay.
ATV.
But I guess he took in full. He's like, if that happens, it happens. He's like, it's my fault, kind of thing.
And the other thing that I did like about it, he was the one who broke the news. He was like, kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I saw the tweet. When I originally saw this tweet, I'm like, is this somebody's fake account? Is someone playing around?
Did he get hacked or something?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, hey, I was like, this can't be true. I mean, why would he? And I didn't see any reporter do it first. I saw his thing first before I saw anybody else's stuff. Then I started seeing them just pretty much retweeting it. I was like, oh, shit.
As per myself, you should go for it.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Giants are 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good. We could actually talk about playoff aspirations rather than, we going over draft scenarios that are possibly happening.
Well, let's get into that. Let's do devil's advocate because I know some Giants fans are like this. Are you going to be pissed? Let's say we make playoffs, we lose in the first round, or would you rather had just a mediocre year and we actually have a chance at one of these quarterbacks coming out? It's pretty much how you're feeling on Jones that answers that question.
That's how you answer that question. That's tough. If you
Do you think it's going to set us back
that
by
playoff
making
game,
playoffs this year?
that playoff game, you're saying we lose. Is it what type of game? Are we getting our doors knocked in, or
No, we lose. Well, nothing. It was, let's say, it was respectable, whatever.
something? Respectable?
Yeah, we lose respectfully by a touchdown or two, but nothing ridiculous. Because obviously we know we're not a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
At least unless Kenny Galladay starts. Let's say if Kenny Galladay starts playing the way he used to play,
Mm-hmm.
then we might have a shot at something.
I don't know. I don't even know if
I'm
Kenny
not. No, I know that's a little wishful thinking, but that's what we're missing is actually be able to pass and people being scared of our pass. But if you mix that with a run, I mean, we're at this point we're the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think would help out Kenny Galladay's game a lot is Odell on the opposite side.
You want Odell? I am so torn on to Odell coming back to the Giants. Would I love him to come back to the Giants? Yes. I definitely don't want to be a damn Cowboy.
Right.
That's going to piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody's pumping up today is in like they're the favorite to get him is Dallas. I don't want Odell to be a Cowboy. If he's a Bill, whatever. If he's was the other team, if he goes back to the Rams, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want him to be a Cowboy. And if Kenny Galladay came back and played well, and you're right, if Odell could be like a number 2, that would absolutely help us out hugely.
And Wandell and Slayton split 3.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Slayton who go over the top. I mean, granted, we're just hoping and praying every time they throw it to him that he catches it.
Mm-hmm.
But he can get open.
Like we said last week, it's what you do after that opening session.
Exactly, and when do you want Robinson to learn under Odell as well?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to get me excited or try to get pumped up on Odell coming back.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's going to be Buffalo. Does the whole
that's the rumors I heard. I've heard
day-to-day with Josh Allen change anything or not? Right?
No, Josh Allen's fine. After he hurt his elbow, he threw the ball the longest anybody's ever thrown it in a game. Like literally, he threw like 70 yards in the air.
Mm-hmm.
That was after his elbow was hurt. So I don't. It doesn't require. It needs to heal. If they're Buffalo's smart, sit him out a week or 2, let it heal, and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. Problem is the AFC East is stacked up this year, and they're actually playing well.
Yeah, AFC East is. I would have never guessed it this way, especially.
No. The Jets, I give them credit. Jets are a tough team.
Respectable team. And
Miami, with Tua playing well, is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because the amount of speed they have cannot be covered by, you put somebody over the top on Tyreek Hill, guess what? Waddle will burn the other guy as well.
No, I agree. I like that Miami team.
And what do you think of the coach? I think Mike McDaniels is absolutely hilarious.
Like funny one, I think he reminds me of like a nerd who just got the job.
That's exactly what he reminds me of. But it's like he owns it. He owns that he knows that he's like pretty much a nerd.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like it made me laugh when Lamar was tearing up Miami, running for all the yards he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? No, it was two. What the hell was Miami playing this past week? Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Fields ran for 170 something yards. And he went to the sideline. McDaniels is like, stop running. And he said in an interview, he's like, You know, I'm mad he didn't take any of the coaching. I told him to stop running. He's just having fun with it, and it makes me it's refreshing. Instead of like the Belichick being all serious, not giving anything, and not saying anything. He's just having fun with it.
The other thing is, man, he pretty much screwed up Tua though. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But also, that's not him. The doctors are clearing him, and they're telling him so. Like, the hell does he know? You know, to play devil's advocate.
Yeah. Well, was it McDaniels or was it like doctor says, "Oh, he's good. Okay, put him out there."
Right.
You know.
That was a bad luck, though. Oof.
Oh, that was a really bad. That was bad. That could have ended. That could have ended his life. To be honest with you, but
that was probably the worst thing that I. He was looking at his fingers. Oh my god.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough because you know what? Yeah, you never want to see somebody go down like that. There's some players I would love to get blown up, but not where they're like shaking.
Yeah. I don't want to see anyone die.
Nah. There's some Cowboys in the past when I was younger, maybe. Not,
not a serious though.
Not serious. I I put injuries out there, but I don't want it to be like life-threatening injuries.
No, just something a little nagging for a few weeks, and you'll be fine in the offseason.
Exactly. Just not play during the Giants game. That's it.
Doesn't even have to be the whole season.
Yeah. That's a couple weeks, whatever. You know what? I was looking at the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that we literally play Washington. They go on bye, and then we play them again once they come off bye. It's like they have 3 weeks to be preparing for us.
Yeah. Wait, it is that way, right? I looked at that.
Yeah, it's literally it's Washington plays us, they have a bye, then they play us again.
Yeah, they get 2 swings at it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Well, hopefully we win the first one.
Well, there's supposedly going to be a big announcement tomorrow that they're going to be renamed the Washington Amazons because Jeff Bezos is supposedly buying up the team.
Oh, is he buying the team?
That's the rumor. That's in the rumor mill.
If anybody's got the money, he's got the money. Why didn't Elon Musk run on this?
You wanted the Washington Teslas?
The Twitters? I mean,
the SpaceXs? The Washington boring football team?
Honestly, you know what the funny thing is? You know, obviously, I get why they dropped the Redskins, but I actually like the Washington football team. When it said Washington football team, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, they screwed it up when they went to Commanders. I can't even remember it.
Yeah, Commanders is horrible. That's a word. That's a horrible name. So we got Houston. Who we got after Houston? Is that the Washington game?
No, I think it's. Let's pull it up.
Are we finally playing Philly?
No, it's an easy one.
Oh no, it's Houston. I know we got Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there it is. Dallas, correct.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, I messed up the date. No, it's
no. Detroit.
Okay. So in theory, we should win these next 2 games.
It's Detroit, and then 4 days later, it's Dallas.
Yep. Now the problem is, you already know how Giants are. We're probably splitting these 2 games. The Houston-Detroit games.
You think one's a letdown?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. But it's all in the coaching staff. This coaching staff keeps surprising me. So I'm hoping after a bye week, we're going to look great against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping.
Considering
but Detroit scares me. Detroit's got talent on that team. And they play everybody tough.
Yeah, and sometimes they throw up some crazy points, and you're like, whoa.
Yep. You got Jared Goff, who's a good quarterback, and they got Swift. They got a lot of skill player talent on that team. And the thing is, can we take advantage of the fact, our offense take advantage of that? As far as their defense is not great.
Yeah, they're suspect.
But it's a tough one out there, but we'll be all right. It's weird feeling because it's been so long that we have a winning team, and unless we really mess up, we'll be in the playoffs.
Most likely.
I mean, because
as it stands right now, I think we get Tampa Bay, right? If it was to end, season ends right now.
I like our chances if we had Tampa.
I do too. They're falling apart.
Now, let's say a miracle happens. All right, let's say Giants get out of the first round. Honestly, there's no NFC team that I don't think Giants couldn't beat. I mean, we're going to see what we look like against Philly. Mm-hmm. Philly's stacked, but you never know what injuries will happen by the time the playoffs come around anyway. I definitely think we can beat Dallas, but we got to show them that. But the point being is, would it be crazy if Giants made the Super Bowl?
It's going to be tough. Like it's Minnesota for real?
Minnesota, I think Minnesota is the team I'm worried about the most. I think they're really good.
I like Cousins and stuff like that, but Minnesota is like, I don't know.
You got good receivers. You got good running backs.
Philly's tough.
Philly's the team I'm worried about. I want to see what Giants do when they play them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Philly's beatable. And I don't think Philly's definitely not had a tough schedule to start the season. Oh no, they're playing Minnesota this week, aren't they?
Philly and Minnesota, 7-1 and 8. No, yeah, I think so. Let me double check their schedule.
Yeah, because that's what I want to see. I want to see what Philly's looking like. But would it be crazy if Daniel Jones took the Giants team to a Super Bowl?
Philly's playing Monday night against the Eagles. Against the Commanders, sorry.
Oh, okay. We can hope for injuries.
You knock each other out.
Hey, I like Jalen Hurts, but hey, if your knee gets hurt or you hurt your hamstring, I look at you know what? That's what I hope. I hope he gets a hamstring injury. Those always last a little bit longer, but he can come back from that. I'm not ending his career.
So this is from Tutu Arzuri. Marco, I'm on the national team duty now, and we are playing our next match against Austria on Saturday. Hope you got Sky Sports Rugby Pass. I don't. Pray for our opponents, casualties, and victims. Game's on. I do not have Sky Sports Rugby Pass. I didn't add that onto my package. I don't even know if that's even available where I'm from. You gotta
get IPTV.
I know very little about rugby. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's something that it would be interesting, but I'm getting kind of old. I don't know if I want to learn new stuff as far as games.
Try to pick something up.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I don't want to start liking the game. Then I'm like, you got to pick a team. That's my problem with, like, I like watching soccer. I would love to pick a Premier League team, but I didn't grow up rooting for these teams, so I don't want to be a homer and just trying to, hop on the bandwagon of somebody.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden there's a bunch of Tampa Bay fans. What were these Tampa Bay fans before?
You weren't there rooting when they were wearing creamsicle jerseys.
Exactly.
All right.
You know,
let me
we live and breathe with the Giants, and it's the only team that I get pissed off at. Like I do for other teams, but I gotta like calm myself down after Giants games.
Mhm. That's the only team out of all. When else do I get pissed? Now, Italian national team for soccer, I get pissed, especially the past 2 times not
Or,
making it. Yeah,
yeah. So for the past 10 years, we've been pissed.
I've been pissed at that. Even though they got a Euro Cup in there, we're a big soccer household on top of everything else. But, I used to go bonkers for the Lakers if they lost, but now it's not there
I
anymore.
don't know. You got to get used to it now. That team needs to get blown up. By the way, just blow it up and trade everybody. You guys blew it up. You got rid of all your youth, so you can win a championship. Now it's time to get rid of all the old guys.
All right, from Jason, Overthinker, Silver, what happened to the other dude that was talking all that smack saying the Giants wasn't going to do nothing this season? There are many dudes that were talking smack.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't narrow it down because there's a lot of people that had that opinion.
Yeah, not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Did I expect this season? No.
6-2, no. I had him at 7 wins total. And we're almost there.
I was hoping for a 500 season, just moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see if Daniel Jones is the guy. Daniel Jones is the guy I've seen over the years. He keeps getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we keep him.
I think I got cocky because last 2 years I predicted the Giants records both years, and I was like, look at this. And this year I was like, yeah, it's 7 wins. I didn't even think of the possibility 6-2, even though I thought the schedule was a little softer. But that's the whole NFC East. We all,
Yeah, we still got to play the NFC East, and technically we're one of the top divisions between us and the AFC East. Those are the top divisions in the NFL.
Marco, our first match was last Saturday, was against the nation, the Samoa Island, and we were underdogs, plus 220. My defensive squad dominated with a win 49-17.
I was pissed. I had money on that game.
Does the nation of Samoa, is that the one that does the haka? Oh, no, is that New Zealand or something?
Samoa is all, the Rock, right?
Yeah, Roman Reigns and
the
Usos and
yeah, pretty much like the half of wrestling.
Yeah. So not only do I not know a lot about rugby,
we generalize Samoa completely.
So where were we? We were saying our poor predicting abilities for the Giants.
Hey, you know what? It's just weird having a winning season, but I'm loving it. And he even Captain Negative is starting to be positive. I just want to put that out there.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, he's not being fully, and I still think he trolls Giants fans. So I don't think he actually means half the stuff he says. But
because in moment of weakness, he's on Twitter and be like, "What a pass from Daniel Jones."
Yeah, exactly. I see that. I'm like, what?
What the hell is
that? I'm like, are you actually pumping up Daniel Jones right now?
Can't admit it. He can't admit it. He must have fell asleep.
Well, I want to make fun of him because he wants to get mad, but he was the one that wanted Dwayne Haskins, but it's kind of bad to talk about Dwayne Haskins anymore. But
I'm not saying it because of that.
Well, no, yeah, we're not saying because of that. I was actually saying because of his play. But,
right. Yeah, he had some tragic, but at least you didn't lead like Adam Schefter, failed quarterback. He had to run over someone, whatever the hell he said. What the no tag whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be a dead horse. I'm just.
Oh, the haka dance is New Zealand. I was correct.
Okay.
You know, Tutu, I will promise you, I will look up and see if I could somehow figure a way to peep that game Saturday.
Well, what's his number?
Yeah, what's your jersey number, Tuto?
He'll make up somebody.
Yeah.
Some dude that's way bigger than he is, or someone that's actually playing. He's probably on the bench. I and by the way, I love all the international viewers we get. That's how we started, right? Who was the country we were huge in
Yeah, it was.
when we first started?
I forget what it was. It was like Sweden or something. No, it wasn't Sweden.
It was something like that, though.
Norway. It was Norway.
Yeah, Norway. Yes, it was Norway because we always used to say, we shout them out at the end of the show. We didn't understand.
Where are we getting all these Norway listeners from?
I don't know. We were just hitting the right time zone.
Yeah.
And hey, and by the way, Norway, if you want to come back,
Yes,
we're back.
Open arms, right?
I know we got lazy for a while.
But
we got a little disheartened by their team, but we're back.
All right, I'm on Wikipedia right now. Send me that number. That wasn't a cool joke. Stop it. We stopped it. We stopped it.
Oh, all right. Relax. I don't mean it like that.
Wait, he said he's defense, right? Let's see. I don't know.
Does he play safety?
I think defense is probably a fullback, correct? Or is it a scrum half? Are you a scrum half? I don't know any of these.
Yeah, well, we got to learn the game. That's
Over free marzipan. I don't even know what that is. For the Norwegians, marzipan pigs. What's that?
marzipan pigs.
You know what?
No, I have no idea what that is.
I do not either.
Is that the name of your team?
It's a big treat.
Oh, it's a big treat. It sounds like a holiday meal. Who's bringing out the marzipan pig?
Yeah, right. Is that roasted? How do you serve it?
Yeah.
A marzipan, like is that a thing in Norway? Tim, I'm D changer. Check out the hardest hitting tackles rugby 22-21. You'll find me quick. I'm a defensive power back. What's the number? What's the jersey number?
Give us the number. So we look up a highlight film, and you're like, I'm one of those guys.
And you got to guess.
Yeah.
I'm known for body slam tackles, like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant type tackle, or what are we talking?
Yeah. You got a finisher? I mean,
is it the rock bottom?
You'd be stealing moves because I thought you played the Samoan team.
Let's see. All right, back to the Giants schedule.
Now, is he actually a Giants fan, or you just listen and pump it up?
trying to get the listeners to rugby.
Yeah, you're trying to.
No, he is a Giants fan.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. Now, as far as are you hearing anything on any extensions? Because I know they were talking about possible extension during the bye.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything is happening right now. They were in negotiations for Julian Love, Dexter
Mhm.
Lawrence as well, and the other two will never. It looks like it's going to be off seasons for both of them.
Well, Dexter Lawrence, I would love to get him locked up, but
Mhm.
whatever. He's still got another year anyway. Because we got the 5th-year option on him. Julian Love, I definitely want back.
Mm-hmm.
And you think
what-
Leonard Williams going to stay past this season?
Is he up? He's not up though.
No, I don't think he's up. But have a huge contract. I definitely know they're not want to get rid of him. He's tearing it up. Him and Lawrence are tearing it up.
Yeah.
And it would be a different change for us to actually lock up a D tackle with that Dexter Lawrence if we actually give him a second contract.
Instead
How
of
many?
recycling. Yeah.
Well, how many defensive tackles were like, all right, we're good, see ya.
What did we go for? Coldfield, Hankins,
Cofield, Hankins, Tomlinson,
Snacks.
John. Who's the guy in Minnesota? Why am I blanking out? He's one of the top defensive tackles.
No, not Coldfield. That was way earlier.
Yeah, Cofield went to Washington, little traitor.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going. Let me look behind me. Maybe I'll see you.
Yeah, I know. The funny thing is, I know what school he went to. I just can't think of his name.
Wait, say the school. I might.
ECU. He went to East Carolina.
That doesn't ring a bell.
These listeners got to know. Come on, guys.
I keep on thinking Hankins. It's not Hankins.
No, Hankins went to Ohio State. What is his name? And he's one of the top. He's been one of the top defensive tackles for years.
Linval Joseph.
Yes, Linval
There we
Joseph.
go. Thank you, Joey.
Yep. And we've let all these defensive tackles go because we were all. And honestly, other than Linval Joseph, for the most part, they were right. Actually, Tomlinson's playing in Minnesota too right now.
Yeah, but but they were right, but they always had like another guy that you could plug.
That's
right
true.
in.
That's true. But we got Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence. We really don't have anybody
And
in the works.
Gettleman gets all chubs when he sees a defensive tackle come on the board. So
that's right. Any lineman.
he loves him. Loves himself a lineman.
But did he really do that bad a job? No, I'm kidding. He did do a bad job. But
yes, we go over this every week. He did a bad job.
But drafting wise, I can't fault him. He's a good drafter.
He takes good players at the wrong spots. And some of them suck. So it's like,
well, yeah, 100%. And some of them, he obviously doesn't do background checks. That's 100%.
He's too old to do. He's too old to do that research.
Yeah, I mean he's at that's not going on the Wii.
He's probably thinking like, the secretaries to take care of that one.
Exactly. No, he's good.
Have one of the girls take a look.
I really thought DeAndre Baker was going to be a lot better. I was excited about that pick.
Yeah, who did I want? Was that the Jeff Okuda year? No, that was the year after.
Yeah, that was the year after because Okuda went. Yeah, Okuda. That was the same year Andrew Thomas was out. Was Okuda. And honestly, Okuda's not nothing special.
He's playing pretty good now, though.
Yeah, he's doing all right. All right.
The team, the team around him.
Sauce Gardner is playing great.
Yeah,
I'll give him that kid's stepping up for the Jets.
That was in my 3-person rotation of who I wanted the Giants to have, and we got the two out of the 3. So
Yeah. No, we got. You know what? I got to talk. So as far as Thibodeau,
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely surprised me because I thought he was more of like a diva,
Mm-hmm.
just going by looking from the outside in from his college days. But the dude seems like I mean he gets it. He knows how to play the system. You obviously know he's going to be in TV the second he's out of
Yeah.
second he retires.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I and he was just saying the other day he wants to be just like Eli. Once a giant, always a giant.
I love everything, but do you? I feel a little underwhelmed, maybe because I built him up in my head so much because I wanted them to draft him.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and that's why he was on my list of shame for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is I want to see more. Now he is disrupting, and he is doing better, but it's I think still think he's got to get it, and it's also the other problem is you need somebody on the other side as well. Even though I love Jihad Ward is playing awesome, and actually Jimenez, who knew where was this guy for the past few years? But Ojulari, that dude needs to come and play.
Mm-hmm. He just
He
needs
was
to get
second,
out.
yeah, he's get healthy. He was a second round pick. He put on like 15 pounds of muscle. They said the dude's just a monster. I was waiting for him to rip it up, and he has done nothing yet.
He's ripped himself up.
Yeah, I want Ojulari and Thibodeau. But the funny thing with Thibodeau, now if you go back to it, you remember when we got Andrew Thomas and everybody was pissed off that we didn't lose that game to Washington, and they got Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Young's hurt. Chase Young has done shit.
I thought you were going to tell me that Chase Young is trash, though. But Chase Young is good. Yes, he has been hurt, and 9 out of 10 times you would want him on your team regardless. So,
Well, when I'm on a team, sure. I'm not crazy, but let's put it this way: would you rather have Thibodeau or would you rather have Chase Young?
I'm going to say Thibodeau now, but a lot needs to fall that way for those things to happen.
And I do want to put it out there that Andrew Thomas has shut down Chase Young
Multiple occasions.
every game he's ever played against him.
Number
and
5.
all you assholes who hated on Andrew Thomas in his first year. First of all, he was first year offensive lineman, so give Evan Neal a chance as well. Andrew Thomas is, if not the top 3 left tackles in the league, might be the top, arguably.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm just reading through the comment on Kayvon Thibodeau. Great hustle, needs to go to the Carl Banks School of Linebacker Technique. Also, a lot of people pointing out that he's not getting any calls. He's getting yanked back, held.
That is true. You know what? You got to earn that. You got to get some sacks before you start getting star calls.
Do you have to earn it if they're really pulling you back? It's kind of hard to get.
Well,
to get
yes, but you already know how it is. They don't like to call shit.
Yeah.
He's got to do some acting. He's got to be throwing up the arms when he's getting held, and just like falling backwards.
What up, Ray? How's it going, my friend? And Micah Parsons was the biggest miss in a very long time.
The Parsons.
Hurts.
So here's my problem with the Parsons thing. So we could have drafted Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
We traded back. We got Tony. We obviously lost that part, but because of that trade, we could get Thibodeau and Neal.
Yeah, it's tough.
So if Thibodeau works out and so is Neal, the trade worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But it does suck that we could have got Parsons, and he's fucking tearing it up.
Apples to apples, who would you just straight off the comparison, Thibodeau or Parsons?
Parsons all day.
Yeah.
That's not even a question yet. If Thibodeau, I hope Thibodeau proves me wrong, and I definitely think he's got talent. Parsons is bigger. and he's a more disruptor, and he's been doing it, since rookie season.
Bigger miss 1974, before my time. Trade our number 1 pick to Dallas, never do that. Randy White for quarterback Craig Morton, who did nothing less than 2 years. I was not aware of that, but I think I've heard that.
Yeah. What was it? Wasn't there another? Weren't we supposed to get the year Reggie White got drafted? Weren't we supposed to get? We were supposed to have Reggie White in LT, and they took somebody over Reggie White that year. And I don't remember.
No, I think I remember hearing that. You know who was in? Oh, I forget who it was. Was it Tiki? No, it wasn't Tiki.
Oh no, not during Reggie White year. That was way before Tiki.
No, I think it was. I'm not sure if it was Tiki, but someone was comparing this Giants team to the Dan Reeves, Danny Cannell team that went like 6-2 and made the playoffs, but then like blew up after that. They said that this team sort of has that feeling to it.
You know what the team makes me feel like is Eli's first Super Bowl run.
You think?
We played like shit, started to come back. Again, you need some receivers to start stepping it up. But if we make the wild card, you guys can't tell me Daniel Jones isn't Eli 2.0. Anyway, as far as
you saw the 5 comebacks for
way more athletic than Eli was.
I don't know. They need the receivers though.
Yeah, they 100% need the receivers. The draft thing makes me quit. What's the guy that the first thing you think of the draft when we missed? You're like, why the fuck did we draft him?
The first person that we drafted.
Yeah, your biggest miss that comes to the biggest miss that comes to your head in the draft.
Eli Apple.
It's the thing is,
who are you gonna go?
Well, did you hear the interview with I forgot who it was. It was one of the linebackers. It might have been. I can't think who whatever linebacker was. I heard an interview he was doing. He was talking about Eli Apple, and he said the dude had talent, but he was completely immature. Like he's like, dude, his mom was always around.
Yeah.
They're like, he could have had talent and he could have been better, but they're like, he was a problem in the locker room. I think him and Landon Collins got into it, right?
He got into it with.
I think it was Landon Collins.
Are you thinking about Prince of Mukamara and JPP, where he threw him in the tub?
No, it wasn't Prince of Mukamara. They were talking about Eli Apple. I'm almost positive it was Landon Collins getting into it with him, but my point being, they admitted he's got talent, but he wasn't working. He wasn't mature enough, and he wasn't working the way he should have been when we got him. So my point being is, I liked Eli Apple in his first year.
I think I gave them the benefit of the doubt when they drafted him, but I was like, this is suspect.
Well, at the time, it was Vernon Hargreaves was supposedly rated. Most people had Vernon Hargreaves rated higher to Eli Apple. I liked Eli Apple because he had size. I was like, cool. And in his first year, he was a willing tackler. And he made his play. It was okay. And we still had Prince Mukamara at that point. And was Aaron Ross still on the team?
No,
maybe. But I didn't. Eli Apple's still going strong. He's still starting. I'll give him that.
Who's pre-drafted, you heard the worst things about him. He doesn't know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Was like one of the things, stuff like that, right?
Well, it sort of makes sense that he was a little mama's boy.
Who are you thinking of? Like, was the biggest bust? Not
as far
biggest
as
disappointment. Not Flowers, right? I thought Flowers would have been all right.
I think we ruined Flowers, to be honest with you, because that year he should have never played left tackle in the first place. That wasn't his position. He was probably a right tackle, more than likely a guard, like he's playing now.
He kind of got thrown into it because Will Beatty, everyone thought he was going to come back, and he just never.
Yeah, Will Beatty just shit the bed and never played again.
Yeah.
As far as one guy that keeps coming to my head is Cedric Jones.
Oh, that's yeah. That was
He was a fifth. Was he a fifth overall pick? He didn't do shit. Actually, one guy I remember we drafted. I was like pissed off when I was a kid, but he wasn't horrible. Luke Pettigoat.
He was bad.
He was all right. I forgot who. A guy we took, but didn't pan out. Rondane. Well, that's when we were going to do the wishbone backfield. Well, it's supposed to be like Rondé, Tiki, and Herschel Walker. Or not Herschel Walker, Tyrone Wheatley.
Herschel, not the governor.
Yeah.
Senator, right? He's going for senator.
Did he win?
I think it's contested. Who knows?
Oh my God, I didn't see the results. I just thought about that. I mean, you said that. I hope he didn't win.
Kadarius Toney as a big bust. Talk to me in a few years.
I think you know what? I don't think he's a bust because talent-wise, you saw what he could do.
Yeah,
in the few games he played, you were like, "Oh my God, this dude's gonna be nasty."
Yeah, but let's get it straight. His debut versus Odell's debut was two totally different things.
Anybody's debut over Odell's. Odell didn't play for the first 4 weeks. Right? Comes back, and he's breaking all rookie records.
Yeah, with an injured hamstring, I might add. Okay.
Yeah, Odell was get him the ball, and he's probably going to take it deep. He's going to burn everybody.
I forget that first team that they played, and I forget who the corner was. I should really remember it. But they showed just Odell in the stands, and this guy was backpedaling already. He's like, oh.
Yeah. I'll go back to that draft. Because I think so. I have to look at it exactly, but we had the chance to either take. So 3 guys we could have took. Well, obviously we took Odell, but we could have took Aaron Donald or Zach Martin. Going back, if you had to do a draft and pick between one of those 3, would you still take Odell?
This is 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go back to that draft, we could have took one of those 3.
Let me see. Let me look.
Because I want to say it was Odell 12, Aaron Donald 13, Zach Martin 14.
So it is Odell 12, Aaron Donald 13, Kyle Fuller 14, Zach Martin was at 16.
Okay, so if you go back, would you still take Odell?
I think you take Aaron Donald over him.
Oh, how awesome would it have been to have had Aaron Donald in those years? Granted, we literally would have those Odell years. We wouldn't have been scoring 7 points a game without Odell.
Having said that, I think we were stacked at defensive tackle. It's usually a position that we're good at.
Well, that's true. So we probably had Hankins, Tomlinson.
Yeah. No, not Tomlinson. It was probably Linville Joseph and probably Hankins.
Okay, yeah.
Zach Martin
Oh.
would have been nice too.
Yeah, actually shore up our offensive line, which was an issue. But again, if you go back to those days, you take Odell off those offense, did we have scored any points?
No.
Eli would just literally just force it to Odell and be like, and hope.
Khalil Mack, Anthony Barr, Eric Ebron, Tyler Loren.
And if you go back to all the drafts, you should never take a tight end in the top 10.
Hence Eric Ebron trying to get on the
Eric
Giants.
Ebron, even as good as Kyle Pitts is, not worth where he was taken.
I think that year we were podcasting that year, and I remember wanting. I thought we were going to take a receiver, and I think I wanted Mike Evans because he was more
Well, he was big. He was
receiver, yeah.
Oh, Mike Evans was ridiculous. Mike Evans was the reason Johnny Manziel was a high drafted quarterback.
See,
So all Manziel did was toss up to Evans. Evan would out jump anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now
he's still ridiculously
going with the careers now. Would you have rather had Odell or Mike Evans?
I mean, I would go with the longevity. Mike Evans has been, doing it year after year.
Yeah.
That's also. Do you want that hot, 2 seasons, or do you want someone who's a little cooler off for a longer period of time?
Yeah. It's fascinating to me how many people pump up Odell right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming off another knee injury, another one. And he hasn't played, but people are talking like he's going to step in and be a number one.
Even if he's a decoy, they still got to respect it. Should create.
100%. You got to respect it, but you got to. It's to the point though. He's still got to prove himself when he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he does, you're a decoy until we finally test you to see if you can actually do something. If you don't do nothing with it, then it is what it is.
Yeah, this is how I think about it. He was coming off a knee injury when he was in with the Rams anyway, and he was putting up numbers with the Rams on smaller opportunities than he would have now as a Giant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other thing with Odell would have been the Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get hurt.
Right.
So I mean, but you also had to worry about Cooper Kupp and all these other guys. So can Odell break a double team? That's pretty much at this point.
I don't know.
How pissed are you going to be when he's a Cowboy?
I'm going to be pretty pissed. I have Odell slants in my mind. Are you kidding me? I've never seen anyone run a better slant and just get it and go.
Not even your boy Victor Cruz?
Not even Victor Cruz, no.
The guy I wish that stayed healthy was Hakeem Nicks.
He was awesome too.
Hakeem Nicks was uncoverable when he was healthy.
See, a lot of people give Jerry Reese such shit, but he picked he had talent at certain positions to pick people.
He was good at picking receivers. He was good at picking corners. But he did shit with when it came to offensive line.
Yeah. That's what winded up biting him in the ass.
Yep, and that's exactly what hurt us. But the receivers he picked obviously were awesome. And Nicks was so good. All these younger kids don't know how good Nicks was.
Dynamite.
Now, who do you think was better when they're healthy, Odell or Nicks?
Odell. Tough for you?
I think you're right, but I'm honestly, I think you're. If we go back and watch highlight films,
Knicks
before
was,
Nick's like hurt his ankle.
Knicks was nasty. He was absolutely nasty. But I think Odell is better than him, or is better than him. I don't know about.
You know what? I put the question out there to the public right now,
Mhm.
and I preface it as in healthy Hakeem Nicks and healthy Odell, both in their primes. Who's better?
I will put it up there as soon as we end this podcast, and
Yeah.
we will reconvene and look. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go overwhelmingly Odell. Number one, because everyone's biased because he's
Yeah.
newer on the block.
Half the kids don't even know who Hakeem Nicks was. that's going to be the problem.
You're right. Who?
Like Nicks, who's Hakeem Nicks?
What did he do?
Who? I'm reminiscing old school days right now. Who was some of the guys you really liked that people don't even talk about anymore?
Oh, they don't even talk. How far are we going back? We going 80s?
Go as far back as whatever you want to go back.
Who's really good?
We're pretty much the same age, so I know you're about going back the same way I'm going back.
Who's really good that no one talks about? That's a good question.
My favorite Giant of all time is Rodney Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
He was right in my wheelhouse when my age, and I loved watching him. But there's some guys like one guy that didn't get enough credit how good he was, Felipe Sparks. Sparks was really good.
Jordan's dad?
He used to play Michael Irvin all the time. But Michael Irvin pushed off all the time on Felipe Sparks.
I can't think of anyone that's good. That's like underrated good. Right off the top of my head, that was a good question. I gotta put some thought into that.
I'll give you another guy that was really good but only for a couple of years. Steve Smith from the Giants.
That's a perfect example. What was that? 220 that year he caught? No. Oh, what was it? I forget how it was.
The only thing that pissed me off, after he got hurt, he got pissed off, went to the Eagles. Well, he never did anything after that anyway, but he had like 2 really good years. He was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some guys that are really good and just gone down because of injury.
Yeah. How many receptions did he have? Oh, he had more than I thought. Yeah, 220.
Like over 2 years, over 3 years, maybe.
One of them was in the 1 year where he 100 and 107 or something like that. Yeah, and mostly
He's the guy that no one talks about. He gets no credit whatsoever.
I think it's the way he winded up in Philly and then he was out.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, if a guy leaves Giants, and NFC still stealing from each other. They all steal from each other. That's nothing unusual. What hurts more? If they go to the Cowboys, they go to Philly, or they go to Washington?
It's easy for me. Washington doesn't even matter. It's either Philly or Dallas. I think Dallas probably hurts a little more. But it happens all the time.
The funny thing, I think when they go to Philly, they're being spiteful. Like James Bradbury this year, him going to Philly, that was just him being pissy at the Giants.
Yeah. Washington should be 2 wins. Perry Williams. We got a bunch of people in Corey Webster.
Harry Williams. Yeah, that's a great call. What's some of the other people they're saying?
Corey Webster, Rob Carpenter. I think Steve
Right.
Smith was probably the pinnacle call for me.
You were a Steve Smith guy?
Yeah, I liked him a lot. I think the Giants were like, "You're not ready to come back. We'll sign you," something like that, and then he just like bolted to Philly because they said he could play right away.
You know what? Philly is the spiteful team, as in like, oh, what you say, Giants to me? Oh, I'm gonna go with your ex. You know, that's kind of thing it is.
Deal going on.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm going to call it a night, my friend.
All right, sounds good, man.
See you. I will put that post up. I will tag you in it. I will do all of things.
Yeah.
And I'll see you next week.
I just want my old school Giants fans. Don't let all these kids make the votes. The ones that actually know who Hakeem Nicks is, please.
I'm sure
give him
people
his respect.
I'm sure.
You know what? Put Hakeem Nicks is and tag Hakeem Nicks on this.
I'll tag them both. All right. Connor, Joey, Dom, everyone in the chat, thank you again, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely.
Probably Wednesday, but we'll see what's going on.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Peace out.
All right. Later.